Hi there, everyone. This is Art Dill, your Emini success coach for FuturesTradingCompany.net, and this is a recap of our trading for January 24th, 2012. The trading action was again today very sloppy, uh, very low average true range on the 3-minute chart for the most part. Uh, for a big part of the day, well under 10 points per 3-minute bar, and for a big part of the day, 6 or less average true range. So the market's volatility has completely diminished right now, so it makes trading a lot more difficult. I took 3 trades today and had 3 winning trades, no losing trades. I was 2 trades yesterday, 1 losing trade. So starting off the week fine, not making a whole lot of money just because we're not getting any follow through in the market for our trailing contracts. This was the first trade that I took this morning, and I split the. I was trading 2 contracts. I took one on the trigger entry here below this bar entry at 12,582, and then I had determined that I was going to wait and take the breakout of this pivot, which was 12,579. So I entered my second contract 12,578 as it broke through right over here. So I was in 2 contracts. I took the 1282 off at plus 7 points at 12,575, and was looking to get a little bit more on that second entry. We got down to a total of 12,568, which was 10 points, and in retrospect, should have taken the 10 points on that trade. The market turned around and stopped me out to the tick. I had brought that contract to break even after I got filled on my first entry. So I was stopped out 12,578, break even on that second contract. Because of the nature of the market, and until the volatility starts to pick up, definitely will be looking for smaller targets. So plus 7 points on the first entry, break even on the second there. So that trade was over. We took our second trade, again a short. I placed my stop 2 ticks above this pivot. 12,586 was where I placed the stop. And this was a breakout trade of this little pivot that had formed. Was anticipating a pretty good move down through this area, but it did not occur. I got filled at 12,569. That was 1 point below this pivot, and then the market immediately started to go against us, and it reached 12,585 twice. Oh, and on the way up, I did add a contract at 12,576. That gave me an average price of 12,572 on both contracts, which would have made this stop a 14-point stop out. And one of the things I pointed out to the room members that's very important in your trading, and I'll just go over it very quickly here. I put this stop 2 ticks above the little pivot here instead of 1, and I cannot tell you the number of times I've seen the market trade up and trade past a pivot, long or short pivot, 1 tick, and then turn around and continue in the direction that you'd originally taken the trade. And that's exactly what happened today. It looked very much like a stop out for the second trade. It got to 12,585. Then it started to go back down, but then I had another trigger long here. and back up to 12,585, and I thought that was it. But the market then immediately rolled over. I got out of the one contract at plus 7. We got to a low of 12,562 for the low of that move. And there again, I should have been out of both of those contracts with profits. I only got one off with the profit. The other one was stopped out at break even. So that was the second trade of the day. And the third trade was also in the morning. I'll go over one that I tried to get into right here. And I was planning on taking along on a trigger here, but the trigger formed, in my opinion, too far away from where I wanted to be in the entry. I was hoping to get in at about 598, 599 for the long entry there, with a stop below here at 12,584, which would have been about a 15-point stop. But by the time the trigger formed, the entry would have been 12,608, and I just was not willing to risk that much in the trade. This was our third trade that I did take. Again, nice price action, retracement all the way back to the 89 EMA. I had a trigger fire here right before I got in. I waited for the pivot of 12,618 to be broken. I had my stop here 2 ticks below this pivot at 12,604, and this trade worked pretty much right away. I took the contract off at 12,626 for 7 points here. Got to a high of 627 only, and then rolled right over, and again stopped us out on our trailing contract before it did eventually move higher. But this is the kind of price action that we've been experiencing so far this year. And this, I believe, exasperated today by the fact that the FOMC meeting is being held today and then tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern. The FOMC will release their rate decision. And so I think everyone was really kind of just treading water right now, waiting for that to occur. And I'll just show you the very choppy price action here that we're experiencing. You can see almost not tradable. In fact, I didn't take any trades in the afternoon just because of this price action basically oscillating around this 89 EMA. And very interesting. Let me just show you what happened here at the end of the day. So this was the end of trading 12,624. The yesterday's low was 12,611. Very interesting. Look what happened. This was the first bar when the market reopened. Very quick move up for almost 36, so almost 40 points. Move right after the market closed. So obviously, to me, it looks like a lot of people had some buy orders sitting there on the open of the new trading for the Globex. So quite interesting price action. As you can see, though, for us, very, very choppy in here. There was nothing to trade, and I was not going to take a trade without a good setup. That's it for us today, 3 for 3. Today, we're off to a pretty good start for the week. We'll be back in the room tomorrow morning, and I'll post our results at the conclusion of trading tomorrow. Have a great evening, everyone, and hope to see you in our room. The contact information is here on the video.